It is 6:30 and I call to order the Tuesday, September 2nd, 2025 meeting of the Planning and Zoning Commission. We do have a quorum present. First order of business is approval of minutes from the August 5th regular meeting.
Motion to approve.
Motion to approve by Rick, second by Aaron. You may vote now. Motion carries 6-0. Next item of business. So we roll over, there we go. Consideration of alternate standard on the I-35E Corridor Overlay District Standard associated with building orientation on 1.94 acres located at the northwest corner of I-35E and FM 407, legally described as Blake C. Bowen Edition, Block A, Lot 2B, zoned light industrial, as requested by Daniel Stewart of Development Engineering Consultants, LLC, on behalf of the property owner, Lewisville 407 and 35 PS 25-07-10 alt standard.
Good evening, Commissioners. The I-35 core subdistrict standards require that the long side of buildings be oriented parallel to the primary street frontage. In this case, that would be FM 407. The proposed subdivision of this lot, so this is one lot now, but there's we're currently working on the plat to split it into two, would create one lot where the Chipotle will be. That will be narrow, and the lot will be facing more so with the long side to the side. Sorry, I'm blanking. But here, let me see if I can pull this up. So as you can see, this orientation, it's more vertical than it is horizontal. In lieu of this orientation to flip the building, they're proposing a extended canopy that goes over the drive-through lane right here and a little bit further off to the side, where they've proposed also a patio to give a visual appearance of the building being oriented the longer side towards the street. The columns that are holding up the canopy will be wrapped in brick, further contributing to the appearance of continuity with the building and being parallel to the street. A similar technique was used on the Dutch Brothers off Hebron Parkway, of which an alternative standard was approved. I'm here to answer any questions, and the applicant is also here.
Commissioners, questions? If there are no questions, I'll call for a motion.
I'd like to make a motion to approve the alternative standard as presented.
Motion by Francesca. Seconded by Jack. You may vote now. Motion carries 6-0.
Commissioners, this item will be considered by the City Council, who will be making a final decision on Monday, September the 15th, 2025 at 7:00 p.m. Thank you.
Thank you, Richard. Next item of business is an update on the 2035 vision plan.
Good evening, Commissioners. I know many of you have seen this presentation before, but for the benefit of folks at home, I am going to kind of hit the high notes as I go through it this evening. So the Lewisville 2035 plan, I'm going to do a quick overview. We're not going to do the engagement exercise tonight, but I am going to tell folks at home how they can be involved. So the Lewisville 2035 Vision Plan is both our strategic and comprehensive plan. So this will guide land use and zoning decisions. It will guide budget decisions and staff priorities. It can be used to address a wide range of topics such as neighborhoods, access to park and green space, economic prosperity, development types, transportation, safety, etc. The key thing that's really important about the Lewisville 2035 vision plan is that it's going to be built on public engagement. This foundation of public input helps us know that we're going the direction that the community wants us to go in. That makes sure we have confidence in the decisions that we're making. It's going to lay out big moves or goals for the city to work towards, and it's also going to give ideas on strategies to achieve those goals. This format has worked really well with our 2025 plan in that we have big goals that we work towards so we can take advantage of opportunities as they arise, but we also have specific direction and work that staff can pursue. And this helps us, again, to align our work with the community's vision, but also with community agencies and organizations in development. So our current plan is the Lewisville 2025 Vision Plan, which we kept because we wanted to celebrate our centennial this year. It was originally adopted in 2014 and updated in 2021. It is available on our website. Some of the highlights of accomplishments from this plan are our new Tittle McFadden Public Safety Center, our neighborhood street projects, backyard cottages, public facility corporations, extending the green. We have a new park, Glory Park. We hired an urban forester. We're working on the Timber Creek or Centennial Trail extension. In Old Town, we have several new projects under development, including Buffalo Hirsch and a new pocket park. In terms of connected city, we have a new dispatch system. We're working on the Corporate Drive extension, which will be another road that unifies kind of the east side and the west side of town, whereas right now we only have Business 121 that does that. So right now we are still in what we are calling the big issues phase. So this is the big picture kind of phase. What are the big issues and opportunities in our community? Once we have those identified, we'll move on to what are our big ideas? How do we take advantage of these? How do we come up with our next big moves? And then the big action is actually adopting the plan itself. So the big issues, again, this is to analyze changes to physical, social, and environmental, economic, jurisdictional conditions in the city since our last update in 2021. It identifies the big issues that are currently being experienced by and impacting our residents and also our business community. We have been doing a lot of online engagement, and those are still open, so anyone can visit our website, lewisvilletx2035.com. We have a steering committee of 120 members. We've been having our directors and managers go do outreach at various neighborhood and community events, and we've reached over 500 people in that manner so far. And the big event is coming up is our Community Vision Workshop, which is going to be on Thursday, September 18th, so just over 2 weeks from tonight at the Grand Theater. And I'll talk a bit more about that. So again, our goal is to identify the big challenges and big opportunities that exist in Lewisville today. So if anyone hearing this has thoughts on that, we want you to go to the website and let us know. We're not going to do this engagement activity, but the first worksheet is actually available on our website. So if this is something that you're interested in, there's a tiny URL here and also a QR code. There's also a second individual worksheet that you can do with a tiny URL and a QR code. So our next steps is really this community vision workshop that we're working towards on the 18th. This will be kind of the culmination of this first phase of identifying the big issues and big opportunities. Again, that's at the Lewisville Grand Theater from 5 to 8 p.m. at 100 North Charles Street. You can see more details online at our website, lewisvilletx2035.com. You can follow us on Facebook and Instagram. It is a 3-hour event, but it is come and go, so you can arrive and spend as much or as little time as you like. We will have 3 community speakers. Coach Mike Odell of the Lewisville Fighting Farmers football team, Paris Rutherford, who is a developer, an economist, and a planner. We'll talk about the economics of placemaking. And then our Angela Self will be talking about community building, and she's a planner as well and has done great things with the community she's been with. So we're really excited about that. I think most excitingly, it's going to be kicked off with some live music by Old Town Brass at 5 p.m. And the speakers will be all at the bottom of the hour if folks are interested. We will have 8 interactive stations where you can give us your feedback. We will have a room for kids to do coloring and more tactile engagement. So it's really meant for all ages. So bring your family, and we know it's dinner time, so there will be a hot dog dinner provided, so you don't have to worry about cooking that night. So really hoping to see as many members of the community out there as we can. That is all. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Michelle. Any announcements? Nothing new, huh? Except everything else that's new. In that case, our next item of business is adjournment.
Motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn by Rick. Seconded by Jack. You may vote now. Motion carries 6-0. We are adjourned.